What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny, back in here with another video. Today I went back into the catalog to see what the subs have been requesting, and this one, I'm sure everything he does is probably fire. And the dopest part is he's actually commented on a few of my videos. So shout out to Upchurch. We gonna go live one of these days and do a Kansas City to, I'm not even sure what part of where he at, honestly, in the country. I think I seen Nashville, so maybe down in Tennessee. So maybe a Kansas City to Tennessee connection, and go live from the city to the country. With that being said, hit the like button for me if you can. If you have not, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're looking to running up to 1 million as we look to enlighten the masses, as well as listen to what's latest going on in music and see how we can tie everything together.
The only poison I've had is ivy. The only man I fear is God. No snakes can make me run now, 'cause I've been bit by 'em all. No bug can stare me down, no neighbor can shut me up. I'm off the grid and I'm off my rocker. I'm off in the holler sun. We them holler boys. Holler if you needed something done. Holler if you need a chip on the shoulder and a hand with a loaded gun. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt.
I'll say the only tracks that I've heard so far from Upchurch have been covers of older rap songs. Hey man, this sounds freaking amazing, dog. There's just something, a different vibe about music that's uplifting and positive. And if there's anything we're missing in the urban America, is all our music teaches us to look at our brothers as our enemy. So we walk around hyper violent. We listen to that music and then we walk outside and we looking for the next threat, because the music has been programming us to see everybody as a threat. I don't get that vibe when I put on Hollerboys. Hearing this make me want to go chill with my homies, shoot some jumpers, get in the truck and ride around, man. It's uplifting, it's positive, and we need more of this in the world, especially between races. Like I say, man, I'm gonna be featured in a video soon. Just watch, I promise.
Leaving 2 black marks down a one-way road. We them holler. The only fight I've ever been in was taking up for somebody else. The only time I got my jaw jacked is never, but damn sure not quite yet. The times I miss the most are the times nobody knows. When it was me, my cousin, and a couple of my buddies racing down old Sam's Creek Road. We them holler boys. Holler if you needed something done.
Man, that made me think back to when we was younger, hanging out, hooping. We used to hoop down at Milestone on 12th in Indiana. And then we also played outdoors on 31st in the summer. But Milestone was all year round, man. There was this older white guy named Mike Bobbitt, and he would ride through the city and pick us up. And I mean, he was getting rival gangs to come play basketball with each other. I'm talking 12th Street, 5/8 Deuce, Click Clack, the 30s, the 50s, and everybody would link up down on 12th Street every Monday, and we would have Bible study for an hour, and then after Bible study, we would play basketball for about 2 hours. And that's like, when I think back of brotherhood, that's what we had. And yeah, you would have the one who get murdered here, the one to go to jail here. But that's what gave me a different look on my people, getting to hang with dudes who, I didn't hang out in the 50s. I didn't go to 6'8". I didn't hang out with Click Clack and 5/8 Deuce and all that. But when you got to sit around there and hoop with them and have Bible study, it was like, man, this gang stuff is fake. Like we all just regular boys, and because you grow up in an environment where you don't have love, you got to walk around fake tough. That's the hardest part about being in the city is you got to be a fake gangster. Most of these rappers who are all over TV, they fake gangster. Every time LeBron James gets fouled or any other NBA player, they get up like they ready to fight. Man, we not just fighters who just want to walk around hyper masculine and aggressive. And I don't think wanting to fight all the time is masculine, actually. I think masculine has been able to be stoic and be calm. But we've been conditioned as black men, and we just got to be hyper. Let me show you how tough I am. I ain't got to prove nothing to you. Back to the track.
Holler if you need a chip on the shoulder and a hand with a loaded gun. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt on, leaving 2 black marks down a one-way road. Yeah, we them holler boy, native to the holler soul, washed in the spring of a farmer's joy. We them holler boys, holler if you're needing something done, holler if you need a chip on a shoulder or a hand with a loaded gun. We them holler boys, holler if you needed something done, holler if you need a chip on a shoulder and a hand with a loaded gun. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt on, leaving 2 black marks down a one-way road. Yeah, we them holler boys.
Hey man, I like that a lot. That sound, I like the vibe. I like the music. Actually, I just made some friends. I had a public speaking event in Warrensburg, Missouri, about 2 weeks ago, and the owners have a farm, so they're gonna let me bring my kids down, and they're gonna ride horses and milk cows and all that dope stuff. 'Cause that my plan is to live out in the country, get a house built. I want some land. I want to ride 4-wheelers. I mean, a real nice basketball court out there, so I could just hoop in peace by myself. Maybe invite some of my country boys out to come hoop with me. I know they can hoop as well. We can play flag football. I ain't trying to get tackled. We getting up there in age. We got to protect our knees and ankles. You know what I mean? But Fire Track by Upchurch, man, I'm a firm believer that music is one of the biggest things we have to unite people and to show that we're all the same in this universe. You know, when God gave me talent, that didn't mean he didn't give Upchurch talent as well. I'm a firm believer that when God created all of us, he laid the talent pool out. And you got to look inside of you to figure out what you can create and provide to this world. And the more you give, the more you receive. So find a way to whatever you love, find a way to monetize that. Just if you're starting off making $1 or $10, that's fine. And to make that $10 $100 and try to make that 100 1,000. Everything starts as an idea. Everything around you. So if you have to think, why don't you think big? I mean, we have to think every day. And another thing you want to do is learn to watch your thoughts like a movie. Because we all have random thoughts, good, bad, just floating through our head all day, all times of the day. And when I can learn to sit back and watch my thoughts and say, man, why am I thinking that? Why did it even come in my head? That happened 5 years ago. When I started doing that instead of just reacting, that's when I became a more calm and more in control person. Because I'm a firm believer that as humans, when we're born, our brain is developing, but it develops at a much slower rate than our body. So we're always in a situation where I want to run, I want to move, I want to jump. And I got to tell my body, no, body, sit down, be still, stop. And if we can learn to control ourselves from that standpoint, that mind over body, everything else will slowly work itself. I'm a big fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza, if anyone knows who that is. And he talks a lot about, rewiring the brain. And by the time that you're 35 years old, you're literally a computer of everything that you've been taught. And so if I've been taught or programmed negatively to look at, the average person I know wouldn't even listen to Upchurch. And when they saw an image of them, they would have a predisposed notion. And I'm sure there's white people as well who have predisposed notions of city folks and the homicide rates and why we treat each other we do. So if we can have open dialogue, there'll be a lot more understanding, a lot more compassion, and we all can move forward. Because I don't know anyone who doesn't want to prosper and just take care of their family. Life is meant to be abundant for all of us, and our mainstream media is making us think that if there's enough for me, then there won't be enough for you. This Hollerboys track is dope, man. It made me think about a lot of my homies. And the thing about losing friends to homicide is it's weird because like Gary was a good dude. I couldn't have told you what beef he was in. Jeff was a good dude. Duran was a good dude. I know he was in though. But it's just some people like you see them on a school bus, you play basketball with them, and the next thing you know they gone. It's like, what was you into that made somebody want to hunt you down and hit you with 50 shots? My friend Jaquan, when I was in high school, I remember seeing him on a Wednesday and going to school Thursday, writing RIP all over his locker. So that's the memories I got when I hear a track like this. It makes me reminisce on growing up. Like Tupac said, they keep saying it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing around here. And as I'm older, I look around, man, it's real, like, heartbreaking, how many friends I lost, and I'm just one. Kansas City ain't even huge compared to Chicago or New York or Texas, and one of them areas I couldn't imagine what the violence is like around there, man. We got to look out for each other. Fire track by Upchurch. Like I said, I'm going to keep scrolling through his catalog because I've only did his covers before. I've never heard this side of him. Hey, you a talented young man. That's all I'm going to say. Much salute to you, Brody. I can't wait to collab on something because we going to collab on something, Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Go be great, man. There's no faith needed around you when there is unlimited faith within you.